How much do organizations trust AI technology? There's been surprising findings from a new global survey done by SAS, and we're joined today with Kimberly Navala, AI Strategic Advisor from SAS. Good morning, Kimberly.
Good morning, Rick. Thank you for having me.
Thanks so much for joining us to tell us AI is an increasingly essential tool for business. How quickly has the technology grown, and what trends for AI implementation are you seeing in the market?
Yeah, as I think everyone here probably knows, there's been explosive growth in this market even since the early 2010s, and that was well before the advent of generative AI, which burst onto the public scene in 2023. And today, in fact, we just see almost 100% of companies are either already using it, I think 65%, and 32% planning to do so within the next 12 months. So it is a massive and growing concern. And where we're seeing this actually applied is we're not focusing so much on just adopting AI today, but integrating AI into business operations. There's also a focus on specialized or autonomous AI agents and smaller, more efficient models. And all of that is with an eye to not just cost savings and not even cost savings, but process efficiencies and improved decision making.
That's amazing. And tell us about the Global State of Data and AI survey. What was the main goal of the research?
So, what we were trying to understand with this research was how different flavors of AI are perceived. So, are they trusted within the business? And whether that perception correlates both with investments the business has made in developing trustworthy AI systems and ultimately in business value.
What were the most surprising results from the survey?
So, interestingly, and we surveyed here somewhere on the order of, I think, 2,300 business and technical leaders worldwide. And so it wasn't surprising that Gen AI has eclipsed traditional AI and machine learning in both visibility and application. But what was surprising is that business users, technical leaders reported that they trusted generative AI 200%, that's 200% more than traditional machine learning and AI algorithms, even though objectively and mathematically, these are less trustworthy out of the box. And pulling on that trustworthy thread, 78% of respondents said that they fully trust AI, but only 40% said they have actually invested in making their systems demonstrably trustworthy. So, why does that matter? It matters because the 40% that did are far more likely to report double or greater return on their AI investments. So, spending time with things like data governance, responsible AI, establishing ethical guardrails actually drives increased value to the bottom line and ensures you get a return on all of those AI investments.
So interesting. And so what many companies are implementing AI technology, but are they adding ethical guardrails? Why is it important to add AI safeguards?
Yeah, I think that, we just talked about this connection between developing AI safeguards and developing trustworthy systems and getting a return on the investment. But we ultimately, or I ultimately see this as a question of confidence. You want the folks in your organizations to be able to adopt AI with confidence, to innovate with speed while safeguarding your reputation, customer experience, and mitigating risk. And governance is what makes reliable innovation possible. So it allows you to build better from the beginning. And what's exciting about studies like this is that we're now showing a direct line between that investment and the investment in these like guardrails and governance and the business return on value.
So AI may be trusted, but is it always trustworthy?
So the really short answer is no, it's not always trustworthy. In fact, it becomes trustworthy by through the design of the system and how it's deployed itself. And if we have too much trust in these systems, the systems will go out with critical errors and other issues that really increase the risk portfolio or the risk area, if you will. If we have too little trust, we don't realize the benefits because we're not using them to their maximum capability. So in order for us to deploy AI systems that are trustworthy, we have to make sure that everyone in our organizations has a baseline level of literacy or understanding of what the systems can do and what they can't do. My favorite question to ask is, don't tell me what you think the system can do. Don't tell me what ChatGPT can do. Tell me what it can't do. Tell me when it will fail, because those failure points are where we have to design the guardrails. And so that comes to that second point, which is responsible design. We have to be really mindful about what problems we're solving, the techniques and the data we're using, and the guardrails we design to ensure that we both earn and keep the trust of our employees, our customers, our users, et cetera.
And where can our listeners go for more information?
So you can find the report at sas.com/AI impact, and that's sas.com/AI-impact.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the time and to discuss what I think is a really critical issue for businesses today.